Hi everyone, welcome back to IT Reviews. Let's talk about one of the crucial elements of the Windows operating system and its stable performance – drivers. I have faced situations when some components does not work because of the missing of outdated driver, and you have faced it too for sure. What then? You search for a driver, install it, then do it twice, 3 times, and then you have a revelation. There is special software designed to tackle this issue, you just forgot about it. It's Driver Updater software. You know it, you get it, I know, but we still need that introduction for other users who are new to this. So my goal here today is to review one of the such app, DriverMax. Basic DriverMax is a product of Innovate Solution Group SRL from Bucharest. The company is engaged in development and support of system utilities, VPN, security software and optimizers for Windows. DriverMax Driver Updater app for Windows is your right hand when it's come to updating computer drivers. It searches and downloads the drivers you need to install on your PC, and it can even roll back to older version. It can be set to check for drivers updaters and download them for you to anytime. It works for 32-bit and 64-bit version of Windows 10, 8, 7, Windows Vista and Windows XP. And even so, by default, Windows 10 and 11 had an automatic installation and updating of drivers. It can often get disabled by users or by other installed software. In older versions of Windows, users have to download and install drivers on their own, so DriverMax should be helpful in both instances. The latest program version as of time of this review is V14, installation file size in 6 MB. Interface menu languages is 19. Driver database equal 2,300,000. Also, we cannot verify it in any way. As for user ratings, we see 4 out of 5 on CNET, 3.4 on Softonic and 2.3 on UpToDown. DriverMax tasks, as claimed by the vendor, are automated driver updates, ensuring only secure updates and facilitating PC productivity. You can also search for drivers on their website directly in the Search tab. We'll explore all the features and see if it all really works. Setting up, I use a PC with a 64-bit version of Windows 7, 8 GB of RAM, an Intel processor, and 1920x1080 screen. Since in our review we take into account the download time of drivers, let's test my connection speed first. Right, speed test shows 54 milliseconds ping, 83 megabits per second download and 34 megabits per second upload. As another reference point, let me go to broadband.co.uk and I get 61 milliseconds ping, 49 download and 47 upload speed. Okay, now I download and install the DriverMax free version. It opens up with the summary of my PC info and scan status. Not scanned yet in my case. Drivers should be grouped into these 3: outdated drivers, unknown devices, and drivers up to date. The main action to proceed is this big yellow button, Scan for driver updates now. The app is straightforward and non-demanding on user skills. It has 5 tabs and all the information at hand. 3 of them are actually working areas, as home just displays PC and driver status, and setting is for controls. So let me go through each section. So the main tab is, of course, updates. First I click the scan button and it's super fast. In 8 seconds I get the result. I have 18 outdated drivers on my PC. If I go back to the Home tab for a moment, in this bottom left part I also see that 8 devices are up to date and 1 is unknown. Okay, let's see what we are offered to update. Various Intel processor components, Realtek audio files, USB host controller, mouse, Microsoft components, Oracle Java. And in the bottom we see devices that are in proper condition. Those 8 up to date, including USB hub, audio controller, Visual C++ runtime files. Okay, but only one of them is provided with the date of a last driver update, which is strange and not useful in fact. It shows driver details, name, driver version in place, and the latest version available, as well as the statement that file's digital signature is valid and it is safe from viruses. Well, this is good, but there is no source of new driver version mentioned. And how I could be sure that this download will be secure? Just because it said so? Then we see the Update button, but it has options in this drop-down menu. First, matching devices, and it shows what device or hardware component is going to be updated with a new driver. Second, ignore this update. Click it, and I see that one update is dropped from the list, and now it shows 17 updates. Third is ignore this device, so it will exclude all possible updates for a given device, for example, a graphic card. Next, users are given the choice to update drivers individually or all at once. Yes, as I click the button to install all, I see that I cannot because I use a free version. Also, now I find out about another limitation. Not only 2 driver updates per day, but 10 updates per month as well. What I find great is that DriverMax scans for updates not only of drivers, but also essential components of the Windows OS, as we see, such as OpenAL, .NET Framework, Microsoft C++ Runtime, Oracle Java, and others. So let me actually update some drivers, say this chipset LPC controller, which is from 2017. I'm greeted with a warning to save all important documents and do not panic if the screen is going to blink or get unresponsive. Then I have to make 2 decisions, well actually 1, because if I do not agree to the license agreement for selected files, I won't be able to perform the update. The second decision is to create a restore point or not. Okay, let's do it. So it starts with the restore point, then install the updates. The whole process lasts 30 seconds, and afterwards I'm offered to restart my PC to finalize the update. As I said earlier, during the update I don't see the file source, neither do I see the file size, its location folder, only the date of update after it is done. Honestly, such information is lacking at this stage. And also another unpleasant and misleading fact is uncovered here. With 17 updates pending, after this one update, the count goes down to 15. Remember that the free version offers 2 updates per day? Well, this is how 1 equals 2, simple as that. Backup and restore. The next 2 tabs are connected by their functionality, and this part is vital, because when you update drivers or substitute system components, it won't be perfect all the time. Some files in their latest version might not fit into your particular PC configuration, and thus some functions could stop working. That is why when using a driver updated software like DriverMax, it is always recommended to make backups. This task is covered within the program itself, which is good. Now let's see how it works. We have 2 tabs, Backup and Restore. Each of them has options. First up, Backup offers 3 options. Create a system restore point, recommended. It will contain a full system backup, driver and system settings. Create a driver backup archive for specific drivers only, as selected by user. Create an offline scan file, basically saving the scan results for drivers. One by one, I click System Restore Point, and all I have to do is just wait a few seconds and be informed that the backup is complete. I cannot even get back to the Backup tab, so I have to switch tabs back and forth to return. Not is quite frustrating, to be honest. The second option, Driver Backup. It generates a list of hardware devices, Intel graphics, Realtek audio, USB hub, etc. And iOS should make a backup of the current set of devices for those devices. And iOS should make a backup of the current set of drivers for those devices. I can select all or separate devices, but I don't see the list of drivers included in a backup. Again, uninformative. Let me select one item, say wired mouse, and see. Operation completed. And again a blank window. Oh wait, here I can click this Open Backup folder and view the archive. Well, at least something. And the third option, Offline Scan File. This is when you have scanned your PC and you'd like to save the results for later. I'm not sure why anyone would need this, but well. Click Next, wait a bit and save a dead file. The program tells me that I can upload this file to a vendor website from a computer with internet access. Okay, so I guess this is for situations when, say, your wireless or LAN drivers is broken or missing and you cannot use DriverMax to update the driver. So I bring the scan file with driver data to another PC and download the needed driver from the website. Let's try doing that. And what do I see? Yes, I need a Pro account to use this feature. The next part to this is Restore tab. It has 4 options. Restore from a system restore point, recommended, performs a full system restore including drivers and system settings. Restore from a previously created backup, restores previous version of drivers, restore using a driver rollback, restores or roll back to a previous driver version, down 1, and restore using previously downloaded drivers, restore any of your previous downloads. Let's check. Previously in the backup tab, I've made a full system restore point. Now when I select the first option corresponding to it here, it performs to task and forcefully reboots my PC, with Windows OS informing me about system restore in the process. Then at startup, I get this pop-up telling me that the system has been restored. I don't like that PC reboot has not been suggested to me as an option. Second, restore from previous backups, which relates to the second option in backup. So again, I see the list of devices. If any of them were saved previously, it should restore it. I've made such a backup previously, yes, so let me select it and click load. Oh, now I also have to find it. If I remember the location of my PC, it was my drivers folder, here it is. And yeah, the program detects the wired mouse and saved by me earlier. Next is driver rollback. Similarly, it lists devices and components, but no information on driver versions. But it intends to roll back to penultimate version of files, so users should be able to view this information. Click rollback. It is done, but what is actually behind it? Who knows? The last option, restore the downloaded driver. Select the device and it goes back to the same backup created by me earlier. I see no difference between this and the second option, restore backup. The last step in DriverMax is settings. Not much here in fact. My account is to push users yet again to buy the Pro version. The main general settings include the automatic check for new drivers. Can be set to daily, weekly, monthly or off. Automatic downloading of drivers, again only Pro users. Set default values as recommended by the vendor and select the interface language. There's also the ignore list, but it works in reverse. I can only unignore drivers. For example, these Intel audio drivers probably excluded by DriverMax from checks and updates for some reason. And if I would like to configure my drivers updates, for example, to check and download all automatically on a weekly basis, but excluding most drivers, I cannot do this. Then another reminder to purchase Pro that leads to the website with pricing and program update check. In regards to user support, it takes place through the feedback from one manufacturer's website with the ticket system. When sending a message, you must fill out the standard forms and select your license type. After sending the messages, you will receive your ticket number as well as message in the mail with your link to a ticket. To test it, I sent a general question and got a reply after 22 hours. DriverMax is an easy-to-use driver update program with minimal basic functionality and design. It is capable of detecting missing or broken drivers, finding proper updates for them, and creating restore points. Let's weigh in with pros and cons. Pros: automatic driver check and installation. Downloads directly within the program. Low system resource consumption. Support for older version of Windows down to XP. Can create backups and restore them 30-day money-back guarantee. Cons: free version is limited to 2 driver updates per day and 10 per month, and even this under question. Limited functionality compared to similar software. Prompts to purchase the Pro package at every corner. Some features appear free until you try using them. Can download more than one driver at a time. Uninformative about driver version, sources, signatures, etc. Some security apps identify it as potentially unwanted program. Let's also look at pricing. With Pro you get unlimited driver downloads, automatic check and downloads, multiple downloads simultaneously, and priority customer support. Monthly subscription is $9 with discount and $20 nominally. Yearly subscription is $10 with discount and $57 full price. Anyway, 20% VAT will be added to the price. Which price you are going to see another day, I'm not sure, and the discount from 57 to 10 does not seem trustworthy. All in all, DriverMax has left me with mixed experiences. On one hand, it is simple in use and seems to be doing its job. On the other hand, it isn't transparent about the updates it actually performs, and the free version is unusable. I guess the only sort of rating I can express is this notion of would I recommend it? My answer is no. One final thing worth mentioning: if you are interested in learning more about driver updater software and comparing top products, check out this deep analysis of 30 apps. Like, share, comment and subscribe.